Welcome back to ConkCast, Season 1, Episode 2, Thatch Meadow Farm Flashbacks. We will pick up from where we left off, but today is January 24th. My mother would have been 93 today. She died 8 days after my 13th birthday. When my grandmother died, I was 22, Lisa was 20, and Claudia was 24. Okay. I remember quite clearly the day I got a call at work from Lisa requesting a meeting with Claudia and me. I called Claudia and she too was curious. Let me backtrack here a little. Presently, the property was being rented out and taxes, insurance, and maintenance were being paid from the rentals. We had serious lawyer bills and they were being chipped away at every month. Claudia was living on the farm, either in the ice house, which she fixed up, or another spot. Lisa was living in Oldfield with Al in his house, which he had put an extension on, which included an indoor swimming pool. Did I mention he was 35 years older than she was? Over the past year or more, the farm was making good money, and Guy and I were managing the farm, collecting the rents and paying the bills. At this time, Lisa would ask me every so often if she and Al could borrow $5,000. They were apparently having cash flow problems. I would give her the money and it would get paid back, but I never got any explanation for the request. After the court win, at this requested meeting, Lisa asks us to let her and Al rent the main house for $2,000 a month. I remember we were sitting in the corral and Claudia was the first one to say no. We can't do that until we pay off the lawyer bills. We were making $5,000 a month already on the main house, and she was having cash flow problems with Al already. So we said no. Why not move into the white cottage? It was empty and was ready for people, and she could have it rent-free. Lisa said it was too small for all her stuff. She wanted the main house, and if we didn't let her rent it, she would sue us. After Lisa's request to rent the main house in 1996 was denied, before the lawsuit, she compiled a large document detailing all the illegal apartments in the main house, the very rentals that actually paid for maintenance, insurance, and taxes, and turned us in to the village officials. Being on the village board, a friend told me about the document, so I removed all the illegal concerns, and when the building inspector came, he did not find a violation. But now the village had a file on the farm. Until then, there was nothing. They had no file for the farm. Anyway, she said she'd sue us. She did sue us. She keeps saying that she didn't sue me, that she was suing the executors, Claudia and Bill, for not managing the property and allowing me to do it, like I did a bad job. All the expenses were being paid. Neither Claudia or Lisa had to contribute any money, not even a dime. Besides, Guy and I did all the maintenance. We mowed the lawns in the summer, plowed the driveway in the winter, we graded the driveway and made sure the tenants were happy. Before Lisa's litigational temper tantrum, we were making enough money that I suggested taking one of the buildings' rent and divide it up between the four of us. Each sister to receive $200 a month, and Guy got $250 because he was doing most of the work. They did agree, and for 2 or 3 years, we each received that monthly amount. Lisa has steadfastly denied this arrangement even after she personally borrowed $5,000 from me, not the farm, and actually paid me off from her monthly installments that she said she didn't get. This one circumstance, this getting $200 a month and denying it, has been an issue of concern for me because it did happen and she won't admit the truth. We were in court for about 1 year, and it looked as if we were going to end up losing the farm to lawyers' bills. So I brought in Stephen Engelbright as a mediator to help us resolve the problem. We met several times, and it was touch and go for a while. Lisa wanted the main house on 6 acres, no more, no less. It was pointed out to her that the main house on 6 acres was worth more than any other third of the property and therefore was not an even subdivision. She kept saying 18 divided by 3 equals 6. I even had the property subdivided into lots to price them out to prove that her supposed third was worth more than the other thirds, but she wasn't hearing that. At one point, she agreed to pay the rest of Shep Lane's bill, our trial counsel, to make it more fair. That offer was not immediately accepted. Further into our mediation, as we reached a standstill, I revisited that concept, saying in order to keep the farm, I will agree to Lisa having the main house if she pays Mr. Lane the $100,000. Lisa then says the deal no longer exists, where I say then just sell it because it's not even or fair, and I leave the room. Lisa reneges and agrees to pay Shep, and we enter into an extremely one-sided document known as the Thatch Meadow Farm Agreement. The document is mostly toilet paper because most of it never came to pass. All it really did was get us out of court and divided up the buildings, not the land. And that's it for this week. Next week, we'll see what comes up. I hope you're enjoying this. If not, don't watch.